Okay, today we have a 2017 Sedan SS. We did a VCM intake and American Racing headers with cats to the stock bimodal exhaust. It came in bone stock minus a K&N drop-in in the stock location. And this is a great example of even stock cars needing a tune. Dusty strapped it down and we made some initial pulls.
Yeah, the first pulls on the car were super lean, which you can see here. The car was 15-1. No tune. We verified there was no tune in the car by overlaying it with a stock file. Chris did all that, and there's no changes from stock. So this is how it came with no modifications.
It was actually really scary. It was so much spark knot that I heard it up here and the car started spitting out, you know, because of the spark knot.
And you can see the spark knot. We edited this run a little bit just to cut it off to match the RPM on the final run, but you can see the spark knot. Like, this is all the graphs that look like this. Typically it's an ignition issue. It's a spark knot. It's too much time, and the car was not happy. It was lean. It was just not doing right what it should have been. I mean, and that's how it came. So 335 is what it made, and
which isn't a bad number.
Not terrible. It looks awful.
It was. It would not been a good.
And then we ended up with 410 basically with just long tubes of VCM and giving it some fuel. This run we put it kind of on the edge a little bit fuel wise, not unsafe. Just, you know,
we leaned it out just a little bit to see which 12.7, 12.8 is still an acceptable air fuel, but I richened it back up to the 12.6 to 12.7 range.
Which will not really make a noticeable power difference.
Won't make a noticeable power difference or safety difference, but that's a huge example of why even a stock car needs to be tuned or at least looked at. I would have guessed that this car would make 350 with just some tuning work, if not more. And
then look at this point in the graph. It's, you know, the peak number is one thing, but 294 at 6,000, and now it's making 401.
Wow.
Like, that's huge.
Yeah, it's like a 100 shot.
Over 100 up here, and then even here, it's 330 and 409. So you're getting 80 horsepower, you know, under the curve, and of course the peak's higher, but yeah. It
also shows the restrictiveness of the factory exhaust on these and how a couple very small bolt-ons make a big difference. I mean, this is just headers and a VCM.
Yeah.
Like no underdrive, no E85.
It's high flow American Racing cats too, so.
And it has catalytic converters on it.
We did MSD wires and TR6 plugs. Just.
Yep. Which isn't worth power, but it's worth the reliability, and now you know that's never going to be an issue for you. And you can just tell how smooth the graph is now, that it's going to feel better in the seat of your pants because it's not going to be jerky. It's a nice smooth graph compared to what it had before.
It really doesn't fall off very much at all, you know, especially with the stock cam and all the lack of power steering pump frees up a little parasitic loss. We've seen that on the Camaros and the earlier models with the power steering versus the electric. It's worth a little something, you know, 10 to 12, somewhere in that range.
It all adds up, but that's this is also a great comparison of what you can get on a stock SS with a few bolt-ons. So it is very possible to make 400 plus with a few easy bolt-ons. So if you ever need anything, of course, let us know.
And this car with a camshaft would be.
Yeah, if we put a pretty aggressive camshaft in it, we could probably make 460, 470 pretty easy.
We've got a comparison right quick if you want to see.
Sure.
Stage 1 cam that we did, similar everything else, but this was a BTR1. He just wanted something, stock converter. You can tell it's overlaid, but it just breathes better. It pulls away up top and holds the power longer. So there's where your camshaft really comes in. The good thing about that cam, you didn't lose any torque down low, and it just carried the power up high. So that's what you'll be picking up, is something that's got a little more duration, a little more lift, and it'll just kind of make the motor breathe better.
And it didn't lose any torque down low, which is also good to see. Sure. So we could definitely do a cam in this one would wake it up and probably pick it up, depending on the cam size and all, 40 more horsepower than it is now. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Dusty.